Hello friends, this video on linear inequalities part 3 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, you should have watched part 1 and part 2. Now we'll take some graphical examples. So a Cartesian plane will divide a number into two. So when I say this is a graph and this is a line, so this line will divide these planes into two equal parts, because this is all infinite here, this is all infinite, this is all infinite. So we assume that a particular line divides the Cartesian plane into two equal parts, because everywhere it's infinite. This side is infinite, this side is infinite. So we assume that any line divides into two equal parts. Also, a point, when we have equation for, let's suppose we have an equation, and for this equation we got this line. So the point will either lie on the left hand side or will write on the right hand side. In case the equation of the line is something like this, the point will either lie on the top or bottom. So what we are saying is a line divides a Cartesian plane into two equal halves, and the solution will be in either of the half. If it is in this half, it won't be in this half. If it is in this half, the whole half, it won't be in this half. And also, the reason where we have solution, for example, in this case, this side will have all the solution. This side is called solution region. We'll take an example. We'll take x plus 2y is greater than 9. So what we do is we'll form this graph. We'll have a xy here. So first we'll form the graph for x plus 2y is equal to 9. That's the solution. When you say y is equal to 0, x becomes 9. Correct? This becomes 9. When you say y is equal to 1, x becomes 7. When you say y is equal to 2, 2 into 2, 4, 9 minus 4, this becomes 5. When you say y is equal to 3, when you say y is equal to 3, 3 into 6, 9 minus 6, 3. So we got some points. So we can now will plot this in the graph. X is equal to 9, y is equal to 0 is 1 point. X is equal to 7, y is equal to 1 is 1 point. X is equal to 5, y is equal to 2 is another point. This is 5 comma 2. X is equal to 3, y is equal to 3 is another point. This is the point. So we have plotted all the 4 points which we have got. Correct? So now the next step is we have to draw a line here. So we draw these lines here. What you get is the equation for x plus 2y is equal to 9. So this line represents x plus 2y is equal to 9. So this line represents this. Now as we have told that a line divides the Cartesian plane into two equal halves, so we'll say this is one half and this is another half. They are two equal. And also we have told that solution will lie in either of the plane. If the solution is in this plane, it won't be in this plane. Or if the solution is in this plane, plane 2, it won't be in solution in plane 1. Now we have to find the solution. It says x plus 2y is greater than 9. So let's take any value here, 0, 0. So when I say 0 plus 0, that is x plus 2y, we are replacing x 0 into 2. What you get is 0. Is 0 greater than 9? Is it satisfying the condition? No. So that means this whole plane is not satisfying the condition. So according to our rule, this plane should satisfy. So any point in this plane will satisfy this graph. So what we have done here is we've created the graph of the number for the equation. This is the graph, and then we have told that this line divides the plane into two halves, and these are two equal halves. And if any one point in this graph will not satisfy, that means this whole plane will not satisfy. We'll take one more example. Let's take 1 and 1. 1 and 1 also is a 1 point lying in this graph. So it says 1 plus 2 into 1. We'll replace x and y with 1 and 1. What you get is 3. We know that 3 is not greater than 9. So this is also not satisfying. To prove our point, let's take some point here. For example, we say 6 and 0. X is 0 and y is 6. So we'll say 0 plus 2 into 6. What you get is 12. And 12 is greater than 9. We see this point is satisfying. We can take any point. If you want, we can take, for example, 1 point here. 7, 0 is also 1 point. So we'll say 0 plus 2 into 7. That becomes 40. It's greater than 9. Yes, both satisfying. So what I'm trying to say is, when you create a line, the linear equation, linear inequalities, then that line will divide the whole graph into two equal parts. And if a solution is there in one part, one solution, that means the whole part will be a solution region. So in this case, let me extend this graph. This whole region is the solution region. Region 2 is solution region. This region is not a solution region. We'll take more examples to clear. But the concept here is a line will divide a graph into two equal parts, and we have to find the solution region. We'll just take any point in one of the region and we'll try to fit in those values and see if that value satisfies the condition. If it is satisfying the condition, that means all the points in that line, in that region, satisfies the condition. So here we have seen that we have taken 7 and 0, 6 and 0, 7. Both this satisfies the condition. That means any point in this region will satisfy the condition. And any point in the region 1 will not satisfy it because these two values or any value is not satisfying the condition. Let's solve a question graphically. The question is 3x plus 2y is greater than. So again, what we have to do here? We have to assume 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. For this, we have to draw a line. This is the x, this is y. So let me put a value of x as 0. The moment you say 0, 3 into 0, this y becomes 2y is equal to 6. So y becomes 3. Let me put y as 0. The moment you put y as 0, this becomes 3x is equal to 6, x is equal to 2. Let me take some more points here. We'll say x is 1. The moment I say x is equal to 1, 2y is equal to 6 minus 3 because this is 3. So y will become 1.5. I hope you're getting my point. I'll redraw everything. 3 into x is equal to 0 plus 2y is equal to 6. So what you got? Y is equal to 3. Correct? In this case, we took y as 0. So 3x plus 2 into 0 is equal to 6, or x is equal to what you got? 2. Correct? Now we took x is equal to 1. So 3 into 1 plus 2y is equal to 6, or 2y is equal to 6 minus 3 is equal to, or y is equal to 3y equal to 1 point. So we got 3 points. Let's plot this point. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 3 is this point. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 0 is 2 point. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 1.5 is this point. So we have got 3 points. Let me now extend these points now. Let me extend these points. I think I did a wrong mistake here. This is the line we'll get. When you extend this, you get this line. So this line represents 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. Now we have to find the solution. So we have two reasons here, reason 1 and reason 2. So let us put any value in reason 1. So let's suppose 0 is a value in reason 1. So we'll say 3 into 0 plus 2 into 0 is greater than 6. So what we get? 0 is greater than 6. It is not true. So that means this reason is not satisfying the condition. So by default, this reason should satisfy. Let's do a cross check just because we want to do a cross check. This is x is 4 and y is 0. So we'll take x4, y is 0. So we'll get 3 into x is equal to 4 plus y is equal to 0. So what you get is 4 into 3, 12 plus 0 is equal to 12 is greater than 6. This satisfies the condition again. So that means this is the solution set. The solution set is nothing but this one, reason 2. This is the solution set for the equation which we have seen. Let me repeat what we have done. So we have converted the inequality equation into normal equality equation. We have drawn that line in the graph. That line divided the whole graph into two halves. We took any point in region 1 and then we checked whether it is satisfying the condition. If it is not satisfying, that means that reason is not true for the line. The other reason is true for the line, and that's what we have done. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online test, get the best quality study material, study from the best tutor and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.